Hello everybody, this is Pitch Skull Black here, and welcome back to the Skulls General Reviews, I was about to say month event, episode 28, which is going to be a bit more of a somber one because rest in peace John Hurt, rest in peace, and welcome to my commemorative video to, I guess you would say, celebrate and remember the wonderful actor that was John Hurt, who has recently passed away unfortunately, and to remember the War Doctor. And I do feel that this is an extremely important review to do, not only because of John Hurt's passing, but because of John Hurt's passing, I think that there's going to be very little outings for the War Doctor in the entire Doctor Who canon. I think Day of the Doctor, this novel, and the 4 Big Finish War Doctor box sets will be the only outings of the War Doctor in the Doctor Who canon, possibly. So for that reason alone, I think that this novel is going to be very rare in the future, simply because of that matter, and it's will be just like an oddity novel in the future. And even to this day it is still kind of an oddity novel because obviously BBC were planning or thinking of doing a sequel to this novel, which is very apparent when you read this Doctor Who book, because this is set in either the first half or the second half of the Time War. Either way, it's set in a half of the Time War, leaving a other half of the Time War sort of mysterious. So the BBC could have easily built or written another novel focusing on that other half of the Time War and have it as a sequel to this novel. But with John Hurt's passing and the Big Finish box sets, I don't think that's ever going to happen, and this will be the very first and very last John Hurt War Doctor Doctor Who novel, in my opinion. And I think because of that reason it's going to get really rare in the future, as it's going to be such an oddity in the Doctor Who book canon, and that is why I feel like I should review this Doctor Who book. Not only that, it's John Hurt's dead, as I have said, and this is just sort of my Remember John Hurt video type thing. But anyways, let's get on with my review of Engines of War. We have BBC, Doctor Who, the Doctor Who logo. War changes everyone, even the Doctor. Engines of War, George Mann, who wrote this novel. And then there on the front cover we have the War Doctor with his sonic screwdriver, a Dalek there, special weapons Dalek, new series style there, more Daleks in the background, Gallifrey in the background with sort of spaceships of the Daleks, massive gear in the background, burning up planet, sort of leather red mixed with starry sort of nebulous galaxy type background, with sort of explosions and sparks and stuff all around it, with even more spaceships down here and a Dalek exterminator ray, and one of the Dalek pod things you see in the Day of the Doctor right down there just above this little Engines of War logo. And for the Engines of War logo itself, it's styled like that table the I guess you'd say the head Time Lords were consolidating at the end of the Day of the Doctor, which is quite a nice touch, and I think it's in the style of that. I could be wrong though. And then for the spine we have Doctor Who, the Doctor Who logo, continuation of a bit of an explosion there from the special weapons Dalek, Engines of War in that lovely logo, George Mann, BBC Books, and a continuation of the apocalyptic cover with Dalek spaceships and planets. I've had many faces, many lies. I don't admit to all of them. There's one life I've tried very hard to forget, the Doctor Who fought in the Time War. Then we've got a continuation of that lovely sort of almost bullet hole leather red cover with a sort of burnt effect, with the gear, with a massive gear here, the TARDIS out of Stolen Earth, or Journey's End rather, when it was dropped into the Z neutrino core of the Crucible, with a bunch of fire and stuff down there set against the gear, with a bit of Gallifrey in the background of that. No more barcode. And then for the interior we have the blurb of this novel with a continuation of the apocalyptic cover, the original UK price which was £12.99, and now for the blurb. The Great Time War has raged for centuries, ravaging the universe. Scores of human colony planets are overrun by Dalek occupation forces. A weary, angry doctor leads a flotilla of battle TARDISes, or TARDI I think it should be, but whatever, against the Dalek stronghold. But in the midst of the carnage, the Doctor's TARDIS crashes to a planet below, Moldox. As the Doctor is trapped in an apocalyptic landscape, Dalek patrols roam amongst the wreckage, rounding up the remaining civilians. But why haven't the Daleks simply killed the humans? Searching for answers, the Doctor meets Cinder, a young Dalek hunter. Their struggles to discover the Dalek plan take them from the ruins of Moldox to the halls of Gallifrey, and set in motion of a chain of events that will change everything and everyone. An epic novel of the Great Time War, featuring the War Doctor as played by the late great John Hurt. And then there you've just got bits of great paper, and there's a shot on the ceiling. BBC Doctor Who Engines of War. BBC Doctor Who logo Engines of War, George Mann, BBC Books. And then there you've got various copyright guffs and a dedication. And we've got the start of the book. This is a, let me just have a quick look here, a 312 page long Doctor Who book spread across, it's split across various episodes, as you just saw there, as part 1 Moldox. I'm just trying to find the other part. I believe there's other parts in this novel. Yeah, there's 2 different parts to this novel, I think, Moldox and Gallifrey as they're called, and I think there's overall 24 chapters in total. And then at the back there, yeah, 24 chapters in total, and there we've got acknowledgements. And then flipping forward a little bit, if my chubby fingers could flip the pages, we've got an advertisement of the Doctor Who silhouette, the Crawling Tower and the Blood Cell, basically Peter Capaldi 12th Doctor novels Wave 1, which I'll probably will read in the future. Official quiz book, Tales of Trenzalore, nearly combined both there, and we've got Doctor Who Harvest of Time with a bit about George Mann at the back there. On Goodreads as a whole, this Doctor Who book has gotten an average rating of 4.3 out of 5, with fairly mixed reviews overall. Quite a few 3-star reviews, quite a few 4-star reviews, and a fair few 5-star reviews. In my personal opinion, I sort of agree. I do definitely agree with the people that think that this is a great Doctor Who novel. For the characters, the War Doctor, the main man himself, is absolutely fantastic in this Doctor Who story. Basically the same wonderful War Doctor we got in Day of the Doctor, but much more of him. My main problem with the Day of the Doctor is, or one of my main problems with the Day of the Doctor is that the best part about it was the Time War sequences, and with this novel we get that a lot more fleshed out, because obviously Day of the Doctor was just bogged down in other shite that didn't necessarily need to be there. It was just bogged down and lost in amongst an unnecessary Zygon plot, some sort of love relationship plot with the Doctor and the Queen, penis metaphors of screwdrivers. Oh, what a mess that story was. But with this novel we get to see the War Doctor, or the Time War sequences from Day of the Doctor, fleshed out a bit more specifically, and we get the War Doctor the War Doctor in this novel is equally as good as the War Doctor in those Time War sequences. For the one-off companion for this novel, Cinder. Cinder is a absolutely fantastic one-off companion character for this novel, and in my opinion is just an absolutely fantastic character. She is a Dalek hunter, and how the Doctor gets to meet her and team up with her, and their sort of character chemistry and character building and characterization is just absolutely wonderful throughout this Doctor Who book. We really get to see them grow and evolve with each other, them becoming friends throughout this entire novel. Obviously with we had the War Doctor obviously being a little skeptical about Cinder at first, but then their sort of character chemistry and character emotions and sort of character interactions sort of build them up to be massive friends, which makes Cinder's departure in this Doctor Who novel at the end of it all the more potent. The Time Lords themselves, the Time Lords are absolutely fantastic. Even get to see Rassilon in this Doctor Who book, I think. The Daleks are probably a highlight in this Doctor Who book for me personally, other than the character chemistry and character stuff with the War Doctor and Cinder. The Daleks in this novel are just absolutely incredible. Not only do we get to see what makes the Daleks so good in this Doctor Who book is not only that they are the ruthless and just war-bringing Daleks like they were in Dalek's Master Plan, but we also get to see lots and lots of different versions of the Daleks. So like, as you can see on the cover, we get a Special Weapons new series edition of a Dalek novel. We get to see lots and lots of different versions of the Daleks, from the Special Weapons new series Dalek to even Spider Daleks, which is very interesting. And the plot overall, in my opinion, is absolutely just fantastic plot. It's a bit similar to Stolen Earth and Journey's End, but still it's an absolutely fantastic plot, and it doesn't really matter in my opinion, as it's quite suited and tailored to sort of Time War sort of storyline already. But yeah, overall the plot is absolutely fantastic in my opinion. A little bit recycled from Stolen Earth and Journey's End, but still absolutely fantastic plot. And overall this is just one absolutely great Doctor Who novel in my personal opinion. This is one Doctor Who novel I would highly recommend if you're thinking Day of the Doctor did a massive injustice for the Time War, and the Time War sequences should have been a lot more fleshed out and should have been Day of the Doctor's primary focus. Give this novel a shot, as you will probably love it, and I would overall rate this novel a solid 9 out of 10. It's absolutely fantastic. And that's it guys, that's the Skulls General Reviews episode number 28, my commemorative review of Engines of War because of John Hurt's passing. Rest in peace, John Hurt. It's like, fair, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pitch Skull Black, the material.